And good morning and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to a brand new, fresh edition of Kiwanis Connects, coming to you live from Virginia Beach and beautiful downtown Burbank. Doc Val is there. Mid-year conference south, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct there, Doc Val?
It is correct. And I'm trying to get you a good pool view behind me because we're in Burbank, which is just a little bit north of Los Angeles. It's all part of that metropolitan Hollywood area. And so we've been moved by the team that's here. So you'll see stuff going on in the background.
Okay.
But there is a very insistent lady whose job is to clean out here, and we're not getting in her way.
No, I would agree with that. You've got a beautiful pool view here in Virginia Beach. Just pulled it up on my phone. It's currently 29 degrees with a wind chill factor of about 19 right now, and anywhere from about 3 to 8 inches of snow is expected this weekend. So I'm not loving life right now because 2 weeks ago I was in Vegas when it was 72 degrees. Now here I am in basically reversed order, but that's okay. We'll get through it. Thank goodness the heat still works, and the multiple layers of sweatshirts are also very good for the complexion. All right, want to thank everybody for tuning in as always, whether you're watching us on Facebook, you've got a couple options there. YouTube, of course, we're all over the place. And every Sunday at 8 a.m., simply go to DB, as in David Browning TV, dbtv.tv. And today's episode, I'm going to coin as a little subplot title, even though it's mid-year and everything else. We're going to call this the Andy has finally escaped and gone home edition of Kiwanis Connects. He did get out on the run last couple of days ago, and he is at home recovering and recouping. So this episode is the Andy has finally escaped the asylum episode of Kiwanis Connects. Now, you've got a very familiar face back there with you, Mr. Robert Larson. Why don't we welcome him in? I know he's a busy man.
This is live TV, I'm telling you.
It really is live. I didn't hear a thing you said.
Introduce yourself.
Oh, yeah, I'm Bob Larson. I go by Bob. I'm not a Rob, I'm a Bob. But anyway, I am the current president of the Cal Neva Children's Fund. And we are having just the wildest, most fun gala that we have ever pulled off in the history, a 60-year history of our foundation. Sorry.
Are you in the middle of a construction zone?
No, we're just being tortured intentionally because we're impeding someone's work.
So anyway, in 60-year anniversary of the foundation we're celebrating, and 60 years of service throughout our 3-state district, California, Nevada, and Hawaii. And I think I'll just leave it at that for now.
And we also have a special guest, and she's hanging out, and it is Chuggy's mom. So whenever Chuggy writes in, this is her mom.
That's right. She does
She
does all the typing for Chuggy, right?
Most of it.
Yes. So what's happening down there in Burbank besides this wonderful gala that you guys are planning down there? It's mid-year. What's happening down yonder?
So what's really exciting about this weekend is that it is what most districts have one midwinter or one mid-year convention. We do 2 in California, Nevada, Hawaii district. And so the first one focuses on the board meetings for our district board of trustees. And that kicks off today. And then tomorrow is a one-day, it used to be a drive-in, but now it's like most of the weekend, educational conference. And then we'll have another one in the end of February, which will be in the north. And we focus in on the board of directors for our children's fund. But there are a couple of commonalities between the two. And it's exciting because there are a lot of us that go to both.
Mm-hmm. And you get to see everybody more than once a year.
So freaking lootly.
Right?
It's a hug fest. It's an absolute hug fest.
Now, we're also looking at some folks there that are some pretty powerful people within Cal Neva. I know that they have some, not only Bob with the foundation, but some things are going on. You ladies, as was announced not too long ago, you have growing aspirations. Now, we've heard a lot, obviously, from Val. So Chuggy's mom Talk about what your path in Kiwanis is going to be over the next 12 months or so. Share with our audience what you've got planned.
I'm on the board of trustees for California, Nevada, Hawaii, which is in essence is the administrative side of Kiwanis. So this is actually this year will be the end of my term as a board member for the Children's Fund. So it's two separate boards. So I'm excited. It's going really well, and we do have our board meeting this afternoon.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
And so I think we can say this, Claudia is one of the best members on our children's fund.
She really is. I mean, she really is a go-getter and does so much work and always 110%, no, 120% reliable. She never lets you down. Okay? It's true.
Thank you.
So if you see her name on anything else for elections, hint, hint, I think we really need to make sure that everybody knows who she is. And she also holds a banner because she is my chief of staff for another little election that's coming up.
We're excited.
Wow, there's a lot of elections going on.
Yes. And every time we talk about them, there seems to be a chair moving
In the background.
The person moving the chair must be from Rotary.
I think so. And normally I get along really, really well, but right now I'm having thoughts. So as we're going through this, one of the things that Bob's going to be able to do is report on some things at our board meeting today, because our children's fund works really, really closely with our board to make sure that we can do as much as we possibly can. So Bob, what are some of the highlights or lowlights that you can share?
What I'll be talking about today?
Mhm.
Well, actually, I'm going to be talking about this is scholarship season for us. And I think both of these two young ladies sit on that committee. And we've just determined, how much funds we have, okay, for the scholarships this year. And one of the things that we're going to be working on, though, is raising the minimal value that we're going to give out for scholarships. So we're actually having a governance meeting in a couple of weeks to go over that. And the proposal is to go, and we haven't done this level for a while, but to go from, it originally was $750 and I think $1,500, and we're raising it from $1,250 to $2,500. So,
Nice.
so that's exciting. And then we have one really
Buy a lot of books.
whopper scholarship that is, it runs anywhere between $16,000 and $20,000 each year, the way that it was set up. So, and that goes to the most outstanding person who does the most service and is recognized by, and they can be from Key Club or Kiwanis or, just those two organizations. So that's a really exciting one. And last year, when you award that to someone, this woman last year was from Hawaii, and she just had the tears, the biggest tears, because we keep it a secret. Nobody knows till I'm out on the stage. So
Right.
Anyway, we'll be doing those. That'll be the main thing I'll be talking about. And if there's time, probably not, I might go over how our figures, I think, are just back from our being reviewed for what our finances were from last year, from the last year of operations. So, but that's kind of hard to show in the setting we're in right now. But anyway, those are the things that I'm excited about, and it's always interesting to see the applications, and it's a big process, and it's all
So inspiring.
it's inspiring,
It really
but
is.
it's all done in a Rubicon method. And if you know what that is, but it's so everyone is evaluated pretty much by a number of different people with the same rules, and it all comes together at the end with a single score, and including things like need and things like that. But it is really has opened my eyes to how scholarships, can be awarded by a large group of people with looking with different eyes and different thoughts.
And it always
Because-
seems to come down to the same students win. It's not like you have 22 different people that are nominated for the top award. Usually it's like 3. And so, and there is one of my favorite people that I've sat on the first of the scholarships. This is Doug Jen. So Doug Jen is, I have to just say this, one of my favorite past district administrators. And that's because at the heyday of the largest Key Club population, you were the leader, right?
One of those, yeah.
All right. So,
There's several of those.
humble. Yeah, and very humble. So at the largest, during your time, how many Key Clubbers were in Cal Neva?
The largest at our point, we have 46,000 Key Club members throughout California, Nevada, Hawaii.
46,000.
And how many Kiwanians?
That time, probably just under 20,000, maybe.
Yep.
Yep.
18,000.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. So when people
You've been
talk
around.
about amazing people, to have someone that's responsible for, I would say hundreds, because there are so many lieutenant governors in the Key Club world, it just puts us to shame in Kiwanis, because their governor is leading this huge room of lieutenant governors, and they have this amazing support team of adults that are regional advisors and district administrators. And so I keep putting this out there. You know me. Future governor. He tried.
For life.
He's decided that his wife does not want him to be governor.
It wouldn't be possible for me.
Coming back and forth would be challenging.
And the district I live in now is just too much driving. It's just, you wouldn't believe it. It's so spread out. It's like, more than the length of California in the north this way, and more than the length of quite a bit more California going south into Wisconsin, and then big surface area interrupted by the Great Lakes. So it's a very hard job, and they do multiple smaller conventions. They don't do, because it's so hard for everybody to come together, because there's no airports in the northern part of that area that are, that you can trust. So
I
it's
just
all
want to
private.
state, I want to just state the obvious, Bob. You can move,
No, no. I found
Yes.
my home.
Yes, John, I did. John, we did get your mail. We have a couple of people stacked up in the green room right now, Doc Val. So what I'd like to do, let's go to a quick early break, so we have plenty of time for them on the back end, if that's okay. I
Sounds
want to
good.
remind everybody that we have John Crawford in the green room. We have, the last time we saw this lady on the show a couple of weeks ago, we were calling her the Cancun lady, but oh no, we've promoted her to the vacation lady. Magali Fernandez will join us. We also
Awesome.
have Melissa Atwell with Mental Health Moment. I've got a themed of Blizzard bad dad jokes for later on. And of course, you are watching the Andy Finally Escaped the Asylum edition of Kiwanis Connects. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
2 out of 3 kids in America can't read at grade level. And without help, many will never catch up. In a world of screens, short attention spans, and endless distractions, getting kids excited about reading has never been harder. That's where Kiwanis Club steps in. Through Inchy's bookworm vending machines, kids earn tokens for positive behaviors, achievements, kindness, and more, and use them to pick a book they just can't wait to read. Every book is a child's to keep. Every book builds a personal at-home library, and every page sparks curiosity, confidence, and lifelong learning. Your club can make it happen. Let's put more books and more smiles into the hands of kids who need them most. Together, we can change the story, one book at a time. To learn more, go to bookvending.com/Kiwanis.
I wouldn't let aging stop me from being me.
Oh yeah, still got those moves in me.
I will be fabulous.
I will accessorize.
Comfort Care can help with as much or as little home care as you need. From medication reminders and meal prep to everyday chores and errands. Let us create your personalized care plan and find the perfect caregiver match so you can live your best life possible.
Does your house need a new paint job, a bathroom remodel, or a new fence around the yard? With 40 years of experience, Different Strokes Painting and Handyman Service handles all type of work inside and out and from floor to ceiling. Different Strokes offers great value and great quality. Call Craig today and schedule your free estimate by dialing 757-395-9999. That's 757-395-9999. Above the rest, they show up and show out by making your vision come to life.
Much.
All right, welcome back to Kiwanis Connects. Aaron Phillips hunkering down at Virginia Beach, a frigid Virginia Beach. Doc Val is out in beautiful downtown Burbank. You can't say that without putting your hand over your ear. Well, beautiful downtown Burbank. And Bob Larson, president of the California Nevada Hawaii Children's Fund, is there in attendance as well. Val, I'm going to turn it to you because we have somebody in the green room, the internet green room. Mr. John Crawford, I believe, is going to chime in here. And we'll welcome John Crawford in. There he is. Hello, John Crawford. How are you, sir?
Hey, good morning. Good morning, good
morning.
afternoon, wherever you happen to be.
So, John, where are you right now?
I'm in my living room. I haven't left yet, but I'm as soon as we're done here, I'm heading to Burbank.
All right, because don't you have a meeting today?
We do. I can make it.
I was going to say, you can take your phone with you and set it up in the car. You can't do that,
I'm not above doing that.
Yes. Go ahead, Doc Val, take it away.
Well, it's like, John, I know that you've been a part of the Kiwanis family with this guy because we have Doug Jen. I'm not sure if you saw him earlier.
I did.
Fellow trustee.
I loved what you had to say about the growth and the size of Key Club and the accomplishments under Key Club because having been there myself, and I'm sure Doug will agree, our Key Club governor, our Key Club lieutenant governors, all of those board members are the hardest working people in the Kiwanis family. I mean, they put us to shame.
Well, when you have 46,000 Key Clubbers, that's a lot of acne medication to pass around. So you need some control.
Well, they're doing something unique, and as adults, we're not supposed to say anything. But in our day, we used to hide that whole acne thing. And now they put stars on it.
Oh,
it's bizarre. That's an aside. Have you guys seen them? The little acne patches that look like shining stars. And so I was at a Key Club event, and this girl, promise you, 12 stars, and it looked like a constellation. And I'm going, way to own it, girl. That's the way to be a leader.
They're not pimples, they're sparkles.
Did you want to take a marker? Did you want to take a marker and connect them like a constellation to see what it would make?
I was just so fascinated, and it was one of those things that it reminded me as a Kiwanian. I have been able, I'm getting ready to turn 60 here. Okay, it's happening, and if I wasn't a Kiwanian working with Key Club, I would have no idea. I would be so disconnected to elementary, middle school, and high school students and college students. But Kiwanis allows for us to stay young and stay connected. Because I'm not sure how many other people that are out there listening, because sometimes we have 200,000 viewers that come watch the show. How many of you knew that acne is now just sparkle?
We used to, when I was tutoring in elementary school, we used to give the kids stars and stuff for good behavior and reading and accomplishments, and they would put them all over themselves, whether they had acne or not. So maybe it was a trend that started then. Who knows? Anyway.
Who knows? But I want to circle back. And one of the things is that while we do our mid-year conferences, there are conferences that the Key Clubbers do, that Circle K does. And so when you're talking 46,000 people, what does a convention look like?
Very large, very loud, lots of excitement and energy.
if I can speak from experience, I remember being a sophomore in Key Club in high school and going to my first convention, and it was my first time on an airplane. We had to fly up to San Jose, Santa Clara, and I remember walking into this convention hallway and seeing at the time 3,000 Key Clubbers all in this building screaming, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to do this for life. I have to be a part of this.
Absolutely. In Las Vegas, when they do, what is that called? is it Regional Training Conference?
That's a regional training conference, yeah. RTC, acronym.
Yeah, Regional Training Conference. There's 2,400 of them.
I
All
was
in high
asked.
school.
I was asked to be a guest speaker at one of the last ones before I moved at Green Valley High School, and I remember standing up on the school balcony in the atrium, up on the second floor, looking down. First of all, I felt like Evita in that movie, you know, where "Don't cry for me." Anyway, and
It's a Vita.
it was a
Big Apple.
sea of humanity, of Key Club humanity that, quite frankly, those of us who've been experiencing Kiwanis for a long time, what is one of the things we always say? If we could just bottle up some of that enthusiasm and sprinkle it on adult Kiwanians, half of our issues would go away, you know? But it is a very awe-inspiring sight to see those kids come together to better humanity is really what it boils down to. And it's a tip of the cap to all the leaders on all the levels to nourish those young minds into helping others.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so, you know, that's one of the reasons why when Bob was on and talking about giving out all the scholarships, one of the things is that our CNH Children's Fund doesn't focus in on academics so much. It focuses in on the service both within Key Club and
Home, school, and community.
absolutely. Absolutely. And so that shows them how important it is. And as a recovering administrator and registrar in higher ed, it was always refreshing to see that students were being awarded for all the hard work that they were being pushed into. Because the average Key Clubber, it's not about, are you going to college? It's, are you getting into your first choice?
Yep.
Because of all the things that people like John and Doug and so many of the advisors for our youth are teaching them. And those are hard skills. Those are amazing skills.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, John certainly knows my experience when I was in Key Club. It taught me life skills that you don't learn in a classroom, like how to organize, plan events, put meetings together, lead people. You know, it's not, you learn the academics in school, but life lessons, social skills, those are valuable skills. Some would say almost as important as academic and knowledge in terms of your, you know, everyone's future career growth and personal development.
Absolutely.
Of course, we're still learning from our kids, you know, even, you know, as the adults, as the advisors, we're still, you know, gaining new experiences and finding out what all the latest trends are, all the, you know, 6, 7, that sort of thing. So
I was just going to ask you, I wanted answers to what 6-7 is all about. And anybody who can do that is a magician. John, I want to ask you, you know, under your name, you have your title, CNH Region 1 Trustee. To the newer members that might be watching, that doesn't mean a whole lot. Can you explain what that title is and what that means within California, Nevada, Hawaii, please?
yeah, well, Doug also happens to be currently sitting as a trustee, so we both have the same job. We both sit on the same board. Mm-hmm. Basically, the Board of Trustees is entrusted with things that matter at the district level, things like budgets and contracts and that sort of thing, and you know, a lot of committee work determining where the next conventions are going to be held. You know, any sort of bylaws changes, anything that will have a long-term effect on the district. We're you know, supposed to study up on these things and come to the board meeting prepared. So 2:00 today, we'll be having our discussion and our voting and our board meeting under Governor Steve. So I feel like everybody is very well prepared and ready to go into this thing.
Right on. Right on.
So where is Region 1?
Yeah.
I'm San Diego County, basically, and a little bit of Temecula.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I serve Region 9, which is up in the East Bay, San Francisco Bay Area. East Bay all the way, so from Alameda, Contra Costa County to San Joaquin, Stanislaus County. So part of the Central Valley there too.
Okay, and Claudia is also a trustee. We just got lucky. We have like our
Region 11.
our board meeting because Bob's also on the board, area and ex officio member. So I'm basically holding my own little mini trust, brain trust. Claudia, where are you located?
I'm the newly aligned Region 11, which includes Madera County all the way south to Bakersfield. So basically, Tehachapi is the furthest south. True Central Valley.
Who's got Vegas? What region is Vegas in?
That is Brian Bibby, and they have all of Nevada as one region currently.
Yeah, I was just curious for those watching in the Vegas area.
Up in 5. Yeah, so I'm up in 5, and so Region 5 is newly formed. We used to be 17, and so that is all of Monterey County, all the way up to San Francisco, and all the way out
to my border, Region 9.
to the border. So it's a really big space, but not a whole lot of clubs in my area. So
Kathy Trent says that Nevada is labeled Region 6.
Okay.
Perfect.
Oh, that's right. It's been in line like 3 times.
So Kathy, if you ran down here, because Kathy is the heir apparent in our Region 5, so we elected her last fall. So she will be replacing George Lang as he moves forward in this. Yeah. And so for us, trustees are a 3-year term. It is the most stable part of our governance in our district. And as I have shared far and wide, people look at me and they get annoyed. Our board is the most influential in the Kiwanis world. So challenge me if you want, if you're watching. And the reason is because we have one of the largest boards that tackles some of the most intense questions, and they're not afraid of asking the question why, and they're not afraid of making changes that are necessary. And so we will set something up, and then you'll look at the rest of the Kiwanis world and they go, oh, they just did the hard work. And a great example is, I think a couple of you may have been on the board when we decided to do a preamble that said that we are an inclusive organization. And that inclusivity means that we are eyes wide open as we take on the Kiwanis objectives. And we battled in our district for almost 9 months to get the language right. And then 2 weeks later, another district, to be named New York, said, great work, Calneva. We're just going to pass that.
Nice.
And a couple other districts came in and said the same thing. No, we are truly a board meeting because we've got the illustrious Gary Gray, and he is our internet. He's our district treasurer and one of my past advisors.
Things in Las Vegas.
How are you?
I'm in Las Vegas.
Where are you?
Yeah, I'm not in Vegas anymore, Toto. I'm in Virginia Beach.
Where are you located now?
Virginia Beach.
I am in. Let me rephrase that. I am in frigid Virginia Beach. Frigid Virginia Beach.
Well, tonight only 72 degrees here in Burbank. It's nice.
If we
hear that? 72.
If we get disconnected, don't take it personally. But anyway, all right. So we've got about 2 minutes left before we get to the bottom of the hour because we promised our other guest who's in the green room to get her on. But John, I'm going to give you the last couple of minutes or something you popped up in the chat room. Gary, hang tight. Don't go anywhere. I know you're there. If you have a few minutes to hang around, John, take the last 2 minutes before we go to break.
Yeah, thank you. Just want to say for those who are going to be joining us this weekend in Burbank, hi, Kathy. Hey, Brian.
Wow.
Serious board.
For those who are joining us in Burbank this weekend, you know, we love the chance to get together and see all the info booths and everything, but and cheer for each other. But the real meat and potatoes is the workshop grid. This is where the members get the education, the experience. And I got to say, Governor Steve and Kelly Pena have done a spectacular job putting together a grid that is fresh, that is not just the same old thing over and over again. There's a lot of new stuff on here, a lot of fun stuff on here. If you need officer training, it's there. If you're a president, a secretary, a treasurer, you know, Gary Gray's got your back. You're going to have that training. But there's some other fun stuff in there. I see Armando Velasquez has a very good workshop that he does on social media. So if you have a chance to sit in on that one, it's tremendous.
It's going to be a party.
It's going to be a fun one. I'm doing a new one for the first time called Go Bananas. And if you've heard of the Savannah Bananas baseball team, how they've gone viral, we're going to take what they're doing to go viral, to really jazz up the game of baseball, and we're going to apply it to Kiwanis. And how can we make Kiwanis more exciting, more fun? So that's going to be one of my workshops.
This is absolutely perfect, and we didn't even have to pay you, John, because after the break, we are actually going to go through the grid and do some highlights about what's going on. And so we'll do that after the break and take a look. But there are people that are very concerned that you are still in San Diego. So we got
Get in your car.
question.
So here's what we're going to do. We have someone else in the green room that we promised to bring in at this time as well. So John, thank you for spending some time. Get in your car so that those people there in Burbank won't lose any more sleep, and AAA won't have to guide you into Burbank.
I promise I will be there on time.
All right. Good to see you, John. Drive safe. All right. With that, before we go to break, I want to bring in our guest that is in our green room right now before we go to break, because we promised her a few minutes.
Before we go to break, but hold on, before you introduce her, this is our Governor-elect Brian Dahlquist and Kathy Tran, we were talking about. And so I wanted them to wave as they're going. So that we talked about that. So I wanted to introduce people as they're on the screen so that they can go do their thing.
Unfortunately, we're off to greater glory. But come to my hospitality suite tonight and have a drink on me.
Are you going to send the Kiwanis jet to pick me up?
Let's see. I think it's busy at the moment.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see how it works.
Although we have another one that's about this big.
Thank you guys.
But he does have, but he does have one awesome mustache. I can tell you that. All right.
Doesn't he?
A few weeks
He has
ago,
a fabulous mustache.
yes,
Hi,
a few weeks ago, we
Hi,
introduced
Val.
Magali as the Cancun lady, but she was up for promotion, and because of all the wonderful additional excursions and trips and things being planned, we've just said, you know what? Let's just call her the vacation lady, because pretty much Magali can send you wherever in the world you want to go. She'll hook you up. And so, Magali, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Val, for having me here again. Listen, I think everybody is ready for a vacation right about now. You talked about, Aaron, Fidget, Virginia Beach. I could tell you now we're in Fidget, Orlando.
Oh, wow.
28 degrees. 32 degrees. Sunday it's going to be 28 degrees. That is cold for us. So
You're not getting snow down there, are you?
We're not getting what?
You're not going to get any snow down there, are you?
Well, we've gotten snow up in the panhandle.
Up
We've
in the
gotten
panhandle?
snow. Tallahassee
wow.
has gotten. So
Are the oranges okay? Are the oranges okay?
I know.
How do you think frozen concentrated orange got started?
Oh, how funny.
tree.
Well, we're expecting this for the next 14 days. So I'm looking at Cancun too. I'm looking at Riviera Maya too, right about now.
I was going to say that the weather down there better warm up before the 19th of March. That's all I'm going to say about that. But anyway, we have a lot of stuff going on. So Val, why don't you shoot it there with Mags? Let's find out what we can bring up to the current bodies that are watching right now.
Absolutely. One of the things that Magali, that you do that I absolutely love, and you've offered it over and over again, are these packages to help do fundraisers. And there are a lot of organizations that just don't understand how does that work? How, so when you're offering these packages, how can we use those to our benefit to raise funds?
So these packages, they're specifically for the charity. So what happens is once you take this trip that is sponsored by the foundation, Cancun then sends a small donation back to the foundation so that we can assist from the front end to raise money and from the back end. So these particular trips, there's no presentation required, no tour, because these are specifically for foundations. It's for a family of 4, for 2 adults, 2 children, 12 and under are free. If you don't have children, we don't discriminate. It could be for 2 adults. It's a 5-day, 4-night complimentary stay in Cancun. So if you're finicky about the food and you really don't drink, we've got a little bit for everything. The complimentary stay is perfect for you. Are you all that you pay for is for the taxes and for the air? But I always tell everyone when the flights are good, that's when you want to take your trip. There's no
Mhm.
blackout dates, so you get to pick the dates. The dates.
Okay. So what
And
do
then
we?
we've got
Yeah.
and then we've got Rivera Maya for those people that love, all inclusives. Some people that they want to pay one price and they want to be able to eat every day, all day. They want to be able to drink all day. And so we've got an exclusive discounted 5 day 4 night to the Rivera Maya stay as well. So you get to pick from Cancun, Rivera Maya, just a stay only or an all inclusive discounted. And with both packages, they're also throwing in private transportation pickup from the airport to the hotel. So once you leave the airport, you have a sign up with your name on it. And then you also, both adults will get a $30 spa credit. Each of the resorts have a beautiful spa. And in fact, in Cancun, there's 3 properties that you stay in one and then you can go play at all the 4 other properties. So that's another great deal about the Cancun trip. But we've got something special that we're going to be doing specifically for the Kiwanis Rose Float Club first annual golf tournament and for the Kiwanis Club of Marina. So these 2 trips that I just mentioned to you, there is going to come a bonus trip. We're doing an early bird.
Mags, hold on one second, Mags. Doc Val, can you ask Bob behind you to just whoever's back there, that noise is coming up over Mags.
Okay.
whoever's
So yeah.
yeah, just step aside because your microphone is very sensitive and it's picking them up and I can barely hear Magali. Okay, thank you guys. Go ahead, Mags.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So we're gonna do an early bird special. This has been going on since the last time I was on the call. So this is gonna last for the next couple of weeks and then it's done. And so what we're going to do is my company's gonna go ahead and donate these sponsored trips from the Kiwanis Marina Club and from the Kiwanis Rose Float Club. We're going to go ahead and donate these trips that are also going to come with a bonus, an 8-day, 7-night stay.
Wow.
All over the world. So you're going to get 2. It's a dual stay. You'll start your trip in Cancun and then you'll go or Rivera Maya. And at that time, you will receive your second trip that you can go anywhere around the world. And so we're only going to do it for anybody that registers now for the golf tournament for the Kiwanis Rose Float, which is on March 6th, or the golf tournament that is for the Kiwanis Club of Marina that's going to be on March 13th, which we'll both be there for, Aaron. So yes, I'm very excited and I hope you guys are excited as well.
And for those that are watching right now, the crawl is going on for both registration sites, Kiwanis Rose Float Annual Golf Classic.com and Kiwanis Rose Float Marina, Kiwanis Club of Marina Golf Classic.com. Both of those geographically, depending upon where you are, what's convenient. But I'll tell you what, if you're thinking about donating and sponsoring one of them, and perhaps you want to donate and sponsor both events, I'm sure Magali has a way to make things work out if you want to get what you vegans out there would call a 2-for-1 deal.
There you go.
Let's get the best bang for your buck to sponsor both of those events because as Magali said, we're going to be coming into Pasadena to do that one. And then we're hopping in a car. We're going to drive, 4 hours north or whatever it is. And the following week on Friday the 13th, anyway, we'll be up there in Monterey taking care of Marina, and then we're flying back to we've got 3 golf tournaments in 19 days that we're doing within those first 19 days of March. So
love it. And I
Yep.
would say that if you're not a golfer, still being able to be a sponsor in this process is really helpful. And because these trips are transferable, if you were to win one of these or be awarded one of these, you can then do a mini raffle if you're not in Nevada, in your club or in your community and give it away. Pay the taxes and fees from your proceeds. And so it's a completely free trip for someone else. And it's a win-win all around. You're helping our local communities because if you saw the Rose Float go down the Colorado Boulevard on New Year's Day, you couldn't help but be in awe.
And Max, a couple of things. We got a question
Aaron,
that
can
came.
we get John? I did a quick little background that shows all the. Can we get that displayed or no?
If it's a background, that's not anything that he could put up unless you
No,
said.
not a background. It's a flyer.
Oh, there you
There
go.
we go.
Nice.
There you go. Early bird special registration. Now, do define for us though. You mentioned if you register now. The question came in. Define now. Is it like for the last 20 minutes of the show? Because remember, some 200,000 people are going to see this show after today.
Right. So this is good for 2 weeks. But if you register watching this, this is for anybody that's going to watch this for the next 2 weeks. This is going to be offered. I wanted to quickly go to that screen again. My apologies, because there's something I want to point out. Because we've got just a complimentary stay without the dual as well. But this is what makes this whole early bird special is that with this call, this is what we're going to do. Me being on this show, for anybody that's watching this for the next couple of weeks. And like Val mentioned, let's hypothetically say you're not a golfer, but you want to do a personal donation. Just a personal donation will get you one of these trips. And that personal donation can be either $250 or $500, and you will get as a thank you from our company, you will get one of these. So what's really, really special is this dual stay that you will get, that you'll start your trip in either Cancun or Riviera Maya, and then you'll have the ability to take another one anywhere around the world, all benefiting the Kiwanis Rose Float and the Club of Marina.
And now here's a challenge. While you were chatting a few minutes ago, we are truly international audience today because Azil Anna from, and I know I'm going to mess it up. Where are you, Azil? Oh, here we go. She's from the Philippines Kiwanis Club of Lucena, famous from Division 4C. So we are truly being watched internationally today.
So she's in Philippines right now because what we will do is we have a 8 days, 7 night for anybody that's internationally, that you can get the complimentary stay with the bonus. The only difference is it's a little higher. Like the complimentary stay is going to be $298 for the entire 5 days for a family of 4. So it's going to be a little bit higher because it's 8 days, but it's still for the entire trip. The complimentary stay in Cancun is worth it. But when somebody's coming internationally like that, they extend the from 5 days to 8 days because of the travel. So good news for them.
And anybody watching here in the Hampton Roads area that donates and gets one of these certificates, Norfolk International and Breeze Airlines started this year direct flights to Cancun from Norfolk. So that's going to save you money. You don't have a layover. You don't have to get up and down on different planes and worry about, well, you may have to still worry about your luggage, but at least it's only one plane. So even coming out of the Hampton Roads area, to all my Hampton Roads friends, easy air travel down to Cancun. Nice. Exciting stuff. Again, real quickly, Kiwanis Rose Float GolfClassic.com, Kiwanis Club of Marina GolfClassic.com are the two websites. If you want to get involved with both, let us know. We'll be happy to help you out and come up with what we'd like to say a volume discount, if you will, for sponsorship. So Good stuff. We're up against it. Anything else, Mags, you want to share on this episode
Yes,
of Vacation Lady?
I do. I'd like to give kudos to these early bird registrations that have been coming in. We've got Julie Carter. Hopefully all of them are watching, but we got Julie Carter who did a personal donation. We have Kathy
Szymanski.
Szymanski who did a
Buried in
personal
snow up in
donation.
Erie.
Yes, we have Caesar Milch who is our beverage sponsor.
And
We've
in the
got Bob
background there,
Larson
that's him
in
right
the
there.
house that did a swag and a personal donation. And then we've got Douglas Chadwick who did a foursome. So if all of them can get with Aaron and pick which trip you'd like, whether it's the Cancun or the Riviera Maya, we'll make sure to send you within 24 hours a congratulations email, and within 72 hours you'll be connected directly with Cancun's reservations department to go ahead and help you with your booking.
We love the Cancun lady.
Absolutely.
Yay!
Come on, Chuggy.
We love you too.
Chuggy, I'm waiting for yours, Chuggy.
Okay. We'll get it coming.
Okay.
It's
All
coming.
right.
Thank you guys so much for having
you, Mags.
me. Hi, Bob.
All right. With that, we're
Okay,
going
Aaron,
to
bye now.
yeah.
See
With that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step aside for a very quick break. Because when we come back, we got so much more to do. We've got more grid information we want to talk about. We got Melissa Atwell's mental health moment. I got bad dad jokes. Whatever we can do in about 14 minutes. We'll be right back.
2 out of 3 kids in America can't read at grade level. And without help, many will never catch up. In a world of screens, short attention spans, and endless distractions, getting kids excited about reading has never been harder. That's where Kiwanis Club steps in. Through Inchy's bookworm vending machines, kids earn tokens for positive behaviors, achievements, kindness, and more, and use them to pick a book they just can't wait to read. Every book is a child's to keep. Every book builds a personal at-home library, and every page sparks curiosity, confidence, and lifelong learning. Your club can make it happen. Let's put more books and more smiles into the hands of kids who need them most. Together, we can change the story, one book at a time. To learn more, go to bookvending.com/Kiwanis.
So we can bring it back up.
All right, welcome back. All right.
And
one
so, Aaron,
commercial.
before we even start, I have to share something because I got some feedback a while back, and it's like, why do you on your show keep focusing in on these things? And it's like, it's because it's my show. That would be the normal answer. But beyond it's my show, it's like I belong to 12 clubs around the world. And, it's really important that no matter what you do for Kiwanis International, what you do for your local boards and foundations, you don't want to ever leave your home clubs behind. And so as we go through these leadership things, it's like, I know in East Fresno, they do a phenomenal crab feed. How many people attend your crab feed?
1,500
1,500 people.
every year. It's sold out.
Max is out.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
Bob used to do this phenomenal barbecue. And that's where we're players in our clubs as well as being leaders. We never stop serving our local communities. And so bear with us because we love Kiwanis. We love to serve first before we take on leadership roles. So thanks, Aaron, for letting me interrupt because it's just one of those things.
No, it's a great point. I mean, like when I was lieutenant governor for the year that as we all do as lieutenant governors, you do spend less time with your home club, and you hope that people understand that that's just part of the gig. And certainly reminding those watching that even though you have greater responsibilities, you are still members first. And when you sign that application, you're signing to be a member at the very beginning. You're not signing to be an officer right away. You will always be a member first, and I'm glad that you put that out there for everybody to kind of have their de novo moment in the back of the head. You know what I'm saying? So,
absolutely.
All right. We have about 11 minutes left. So do you want to sneak in Melissa Atwell real quick?
Sure, and then we'll go to the grid.
All right. There you have it. Melissa Atwell.
I'm Melissa Atwell, here with your mental health moment. You are not a burden, and when you ask for help or talk about your story and share it with someone else, you're giving someone else permission to then heal within themselves and address their mental health. So you're not taking up space when you're struggling. You're letting people who care about you show up for you, and then you do that for others in their mental health moment. Remember, take a moment for your mental health.
Thank you, Melissa. Great stuff. All right, Doc Val, take it away with the grid.
Well, I would just want to say that fits in so well with what's been going on for us as we get the grid up. With Mr. Andy being sprung this week, there's been so many people popping up and helping us, and we look forward to reaching out and doing the same for others. Thank you, thank you, thank you. He's walking around slowly around the house at this point, getting in his own personal PT. But John, do you have the grid? We missed you, Andy. It's like, woo, woo. So when John Crawford was talking earlier, it's like, this is really what our district conventions look like. They look like any professional convention that's out there. We're talking 25 workshops throughout the day where you have an opportunity to get training. I've really pushed for, and I'm going to push for as international trustee, that these type of educational conferences actually get continuing education credits. They're that good. And so are you going to be, you're doing what?
I have two presentations, actually.
Okay. And so the focus here is on our children's funds, our membership issues. And so you'll see 10 workshops that are completely focused in on membership and growing our membership and empowering our membership. You'll see some very fun interactive ones and some really creative ones. So if you haven't registered already, we start registration tomorrow at 7 a.m. and you can still register to go to the sessions. You may not be able to go to an interclub lunch, but our day looks good. And so John, can you share the one with the hippo, the dancing hippo? There you go. That's what the day looks like. And so we start off with a great keynote speaker and an opening session. We have multiple seminars. If you missed the opening session at 8, that's okay. Come on in, be there by 9 so you can get to the educational sessions, the meat of the day. We have an interclub luncheon. And if you're just registering for the day, there are a number of restaurants in the local area that you can go to and then come back for the evening sessions. Yeah.
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 Short, less than a block.
Yeah. For the disabled ones within us that have the blue placard, we're driving. And then the evening, we top it off with our fundraiser gala, and it is?
It's called Diamonds Are Forever, a Murder Mystery. So
Murder mystery.
It's really going to be, and we have just some really, one of the things you can do is we're having, this is the first ever we've done here. I've done them before, but it's called a Sparkle and Sip. And we've modified it a little because people were afraid they would drink the zirconia or the diamond, but you put a diamond in champagne flutes, right? And then you sip, and then at the end they're numbered, and you would get, this is the person that got the real diamond. Everybody else got a zirconia that was the same size. But what we did this time, we had some antique diamond wedding rings donated. They're incredible rings. And so people get to see what the diamonds look like. And tonight's ring is valued at $3,800.
Nice.
The one for North is a little bit higher. And it's $40, and we're selling, well, we're starting with 50 glasses of champagne. Actually, we couldn't use champagne. We had to use sparkling wine because the hotel is doing the pouring or the providing of the alcohol, and it just was too expensive to do that. So anyway, it's a really fun thing, and then it'll be a drawing at the end to figure out who gets to keep the ring. So for $40, you could be walking away with what?
$3,800 ring.
$3,800, and it's been evaluated by 2 different jewelers. Okay, so and we've got certification coming from the second jeweler. So we're doing that. Val, what else are we doing?
Well, I think you got to look on the grid and be a part of what's going on because we're running up on time. But if you wanted to buy one of those tickets from afar, just private message me on Facebook and we will get you a ticket. You got to send me the money though, because I got to give them cash.
I'll be very happy to drink that for you.
Oh, and Claudia will drink your champagne for your sparkling wine.
I like
for
some
you.
bubbly.
So just let you know, we're having fun out here. You can go at cnhkiwanis.org/ conventions and public dates to see more about what's going on. Drive on over. It's worth it. Fly on over, Aaron. It's worth it.
Yeah, let me get right on that.
So that was my wow moment too, because I am so excited. This is one of the first times that I'm not nervous. I am just flat out excited about this educational conference. And I get to do 3 sessions myself with some amazing people. So you got a lot of bad dad jokes. And so I don't want to get in the way of that because I know, I know Steve Nagel has probably logged in and he wants to hear you.
And I know I got to make Andy's day, but I want to give a pop. Capital District here in my area has their midwinter coming up in 2 weeks. So Capital District will be doing their session up in Maryland. So that's coming up as well. You can get information on the Capital Kiwanis District website. Lieutenant Governor Paul Miller has been making the rounds here in our Division 11, the Tidewater area, and pitching the conference. So this is the time of year for midwinter conferences all over the country within Kiwanis. So, all right. With that, it's time to let's do it. Are any of our guests prepared with the bad dad joke? We didn't prep any of them, but does anybody have one that they want to share? No? All right, John, let's hit it. So with the notoriously frigid blizzard conditions that are about to hit the Virginia Beach, Hampton Roads area this weekend, I decided to pull some blizzard-related bad dad jokes. So you can take that for what it's worth. Here we go. Here's number one. What do you call 2 idiots in a blizzard? What do you call? No, you call them numb and number. You know, like numb and number. Okay, never mind. Okay, here you go. Next one. Why does the NSA hate blizzards? Why does the NSA hate blizzards? Because they get snowed in. Yeah, I went there. I couldn't resist. About as political as I'll get on these shows, folks.
Even I'd like that one.
Oh, that's a good rally, John. I knew you would. All right, here you go. Did you hear about this? A man hiking in the Himalayas came across a sadhu meditating. Okay, he says to the sadhu, he says, "There's a blizzard coming. Aren't you going to go back in town?" The sadhu responds, "Namaste." Okay, go on. You like that one, Val? I guess you like that one, right? I know.
I would have fallen off my chair if I had been there.
Here you go. My neighbor. Okay, I live in a great community, but I have a neighbor that's very questionable. I told him the other day to get prepared because the blizzard of 2026 is coming. It's all over the news. He started jumping up and down, laughing and screaming with delight. I said, "Why in God's name are you happy about this?" And he said, "I love it when Dairy Queen gets new items."
Oh, Lord.
I know. Hey, what can I tell you? What falls in the winter but never gets hurt?
No.
Snowflake. Yes. Last but not least, here you go. Why did the girl keep her saxophone out in the snow? Why did the girl keep her saxophone out in the snow?
She wanted to be cool.
Almost. She wanted to play cool jazz. With that does it, ladies and gentlemen, for this edition of Bad Dad Jokes Blizzard on the Andy Escaped His Timeshare Resort Stay and Is Back Home edition of Kiwanis Connects. That does it for me in Virginia Beach. Doc Val, wrap it up from Burbank.
You know, one of the best things about Kiwanis is that there are so many Kiwanians around the world, and we get this opportunity to come to educational conventions to meet and greet and learn more from each other. So I know that many of you tune in, over 200,000 views on a regular basis. So wow, you do that just here, but you miss out on the hugs. So if you have an educational convention that you can go to, even if you're not a Kiwanis member yet, join in because it is the best event that can happen outside of serving in your community. So thanks. And I'm so glad you guys all tuned in to hang out with us today.
Absolutely. We always appreciate when people make us part of their day. All right, a couple of programming notes. Tomorrow in Aaron's Hour at 11 a.m. Eastern, I will have some folks on from Tidewater Community College talking about their new child care program to allow all their students to be able to go to class while their kids are having fun in some of the new daycare programs at Tidewater Community College. Then at 12:30 p.m. on Cox Cable Channel 4, episode number 2, The Voice of 757 will be on TV. My guest this week will be Craig Wynn. He is the owner of Different Strokes Painting and Handyman Services. So that should be pretty cool. And also, too, there's a new Facebook page I put out there, The Voice of 757, where I will actually ultimately upload the episodes there and on WVBVTV.com and aaronshour.vegas. I'll eventually put those episodes up. I want the TV episodes to get their airtime before I put them up. But a lot going on. You know what that means? It just means more platforms for me to share Kiwanis, golf tournaments, paint drying, whatever else we want to talk about for us all to get together periodically. So with that, Val, good to see you. I put a couple of comments in our private chat box over there. If you can take a quick look at those and respond when you get a chance, I would appreciate it. John, thank you as always. I'll see you tomorrow, 10:30 or so Eastern time. Val said everybody out there for me. I miss everybody out there in Cal Neva.
Absolutely. And we had a bunch of great guests. So with that, your favorite saying?
You got to be kind to everybody. Why? We are all we have. We'll see you next time right here on Kiwanis Connects. And this show is adjourned.